welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do another gameplay for my new island on Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I have been playing, trying to get it up to speed because at the beginning it's kind of really slow, it takes a lot of days. So I did do some time traveling, and which is just kind of like moving ahead in the game with the system settings. And turn that down a little bit, my headphones. So I did do quite a bit. I've got a few of the deer villagers added, and I got to the point where it was a 3-star island, so I can start terraforming. So I have started the terraforming. So let me go ahead and show you where I'm at. So today is my 3rd day of inviting fauna. It's another little deer. So I have a tiny ass little amiibo. And I've done, let's see, Shino, Diana, and Chelsea. And then I did order the amiibo cards for the other deer villagers because I didn't have them. I looked through the amiibo cards I have, but I didn't see any other deer than just those 3. So hopefully in this video you'll be able to hear the game louder than it was before. So I mean, I did fiddle with the volume, and I have Spotify playing, so let's see how that works. I did get some other villagers that I don't like, Truffles, Boyd, whatever, and you know, but they're going to be gone once I get the other amiibo cards. Otherwise, okay. Thank you, Isabel. I did have my other main character do a trip. Well, I did a couple trips over to this island to bring some bells and things like that. I've got my house upgraded to 2 rooms. And I did move it from where it was on the other part of the island over here onto this little spit of land. So, okay, there's nothing in the mailbox, so let me show you the map. So this is how the island's currently looking. I did do the design of what I'm going to do as far as the layout on a sketch pad, and I've got that as like my reference for all this terraforming that I'm going to be doing. So from the other video, if you check that one out, I've already started, like I got rid of half the rivers, like they're gone. Just took them out because they're going to be laid out differently based on my new plan. I wasn't going to do very much terraforming, but once I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I have to. It's not going to work the way I want it to look if I don't do terraforming. So it's pretty heavy terraforming for the most part. So a lot of like pathing, and that main cliff area, if you see the little strip of water there in the center, there's going to be 4 houses, 2 on either side, and then the other houses will be like around on kind of like a little curve, like a little crescent. So I have to finish doing the crescent, which is a pain because I want it to be smooth. So it's a lot of like running back and forward, checking the map, and seeing if they're like equal to each other. So there's Chelsea. Truffles. This stupid thing is still there, and Meringue's still there. There's Shino. Leopold, what a name. He showed up. He's going to be gone. There's Peanut. And Zucker showed up, and he's really cute. He's one of the few octopus. There aren't many octopus in the game. So normally I would probably keep him, but since I'm doing a all deer island, that's just not going to work. So yeah. I've got 2 of the villager houses on the beach. I'll probably end up moving the other ones over there, my glasses, and kind of get them out of the way so I can finish doing the terraforming. But first I need to do the 3rd invite for fauna. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Let's see what's going on here. The rest of the island's kind of junked up and whatever. I just laid things down so I could get to the 3-star level and do the KK slider concert, which I got done with that so I could get the terraforming. So see, there's not much. Like, I did grab the other fruits. I got pears, peaches, and oranges. And I also got some bamboo. So put a pool down, like there's nothing around the pool, it's just sitting in the grass. Looks stupid, but that's not a big deal because everything's going to be changed. That area down there is going to be like a spa area. There's a bridge. So I have 2 bridges. That was kind of part of, I think, part of getting to 3 stars on the island rating. So it may stay there. I don't know. I'll probably like destroy it and then put a different type of bridge there, different style. So you can see I've just junked some things here, moving them out of my way where I was terraforming. I did bring a blue rose over from my other island, and this purple rose and a pink rose. And I think I brought a couple other little purple flowers over here. So I'll probably end up going back at some point and doing another little trip and getting the rest of the flowers. I don't feel like dealing with all that. There's that dumb... He's awful. There's Zucker. So here's the bridge. So we're coming off the island. Get out of the way. Here's the airport. So we're going to come off of here. And then all of this area by Abel's and Nook's and the museum and resident services is going to be kind of paved with a custom design. I'm going to put a little ride. There's Sheena. She's so cute. Let's say hi. She's a peppy. She's all like. Let's turn this off. Thank you. Torment. Don't turn it back on. So that this area over here is going to be paved. I did put a fountain down, little seating, flowers all around because you have to get enough flowers up on the island to make it 3-star. But so let's see here. There's the museum. I didn't move that. I just left it there. It's upgraded, but I don't have Brewster yet. So he's the little coffee bistro guy. So let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get started with inviting Fauna. She's a cute little deer. She spends her time around the island just reading books. She's real quiet. It's fine. Let's check and see if there's anything in here. No, I already have those. So, let me think. Let's just concentrate on one thing at a time or I'll get confused. So first let's do the invite. So I'm trying to save up the Nook miles, which is that number up in the right hand corner, to get some more of the custom stuff. But I was worried more of just about the water terraforming and the cliff terraforming and then the custom design terraforming. But let's see what's in here. While I'm over here. Where's Mrs. Flamingo? I already have Mr. Flamingo. They keep offering the same things. I don't know like what's up with the game. It's like rotate these items. They've had the Switch or the Switch Lite for every single day. And the outdoor table is like probably 3 out of the last 5 days. I don't know. But it's like stop doing the same things. These have changed, but those items here at the top haven't. I don't know, it's pushing me to buy a Switch, but I already have one, so it's pointless. It's like, stop it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me show you how much money I got. So I got 2 million, almost 3 million that I brought over. So I have more I can get, but I figured that was good for now, and I'm not worried about upgrading my house yet, because I want to do the island first. Because really, once you decorate your house, there's nothing else that you can do with it. It's done. It's decorated. So let's go ahead and invite her. Yes, I do. The AC just went on. It's still hot here. It's just awful. I'm starting to really hate summer, and it used to be one of my favorite seasons. Okay. So all you do is you just touch this little card to the controller. And then it reads it, and then you have the dialogue with the villager. She's so cute. And then the other thing I'll have to work on is the expressions that the villagers use for how they address me, because dearie and all those other ones are just like too much. Alright, so let's go stop by my house and get some supplies. This is the last invite, so I don't know what she's going to ask me to craft. So I'll just stop over there and... This looks nice here. Get some supplies. I'll run into the flowers. Oh, wrong way. Cut through, cut. Let's check on my bamboo while I'm running over here. Cut. I planted 4. I think I have like 6 more I can grow. Maybe 8. They're full size, so they look good, so I can move those later on down the line. Didn't really put anything over here. I brought the gnome. Just a few things. I had some extras from the other island. So the other day I was inviting, I think it was Shino, and she wanted me to make a shell table, and it was like, you need, I think it was like 6 sand dollars or something. The beach would not spawn them. I tried for like 2 hours and it just wouldn't. So finally I just had my other character from my other island just bring me some. It's like, oh, I'm not waiting around for this. So I've got, see, this is why I didn't pick up the cardboard box. I already have some. Got some flooring and wallpaper. Started getting some clothes. Some of these I picked or were given to me by the villagers, and then I'll just re-gift them to the villagers, like this, that. And I'll just keep the stuff that I like this here, no. But I did get some shoes and some pantyhose and nicer shoes, and I did do the, I started doing some diving. So I went out diving and Pascal showed up. I gave him the scallop. I found a pearl, so that's cool, and he gave me these mermaid shoes. They're really, really cute. So at some point I'll end up getting the whole outfit, whatever. So I'm keeping some of the fruit. Trying to keep at least 10 of each. Oh, I see I have 9 of the bamboo shoots. I never did figure out what this used fountain firework is for, but it was in the recycling bin. Clams. There, I have extra sand dollars. So I'll probably bring the shells up to like 10 each, and I try and keep at least 10. So see, on the summer shells I have 14. So let's go down here. So let's move that to the pockets, because I don't know what she's going to ask me to craft. I don't feel like coming back down here. And let's get these. So I had all of these, right? The tree branches, the stone, the different kinds of wood. And yesterday she asked me to make, I think it was like a terrarium, so I had to come, or maybe it's the other day with Sheena, and she's like, oh, make this for me. And I was like, crap, I don't have any weeds, so I had to come all the way back down off the cliff and get the weeds. So I'm going to stick them in my pocket just in case. Okay. So let's run out there. I did get some also custom designs for clothing. Got a little dress and I'm pretty sure kind of like magic witchy pagan style. So let me see something. I think yesterday I had to move the campsite. Yeah, so it's on the opposite side of the island. Figures. This messy terraforming. Look at this. So these outlines are where the houses are going to go. So I took away the upper cliff here. Most of it. Now I can get rid of the rest now that the campsite is moved. I had to have him move the campsite. It's just totally a wreck, but eventually it'll look nice. And there'll be like paths and roads and things. Here's, I was testing out a path here, some pathing here. So let's check on her. See what she's gonna ask for. It's like gonna be 100. Right now it's 91 and it's 10:55. So yeah, it's gonna be warm. Hi, Fauna. Oh, she's so cute. She got a little sandwich. Is it a veggie sandwich? I had her before on my first island for a long time. She's just a book reader. That's why I like her. A natural square table. Okay. I can do that for you. Yes, I will. Oh, good. Give me the recipe. So while you're inviting these villagers, they give you these DIY recipes, and that adds to your collection of recipes. And there are a lot of recipes. I think on my main game I don't even have them all yet, so let's see. Let's learn this. Okay. I was marking the cliff here. This is for the side of the island. Okay, let's make this. Yes, let's craft. Oh, and I did the customizing workshop too, so I could customize things. So let's make her natural square table. This is why I stopped for the supplies before I came over here, so I didn't have to run all the way back over there. I'm all done for now. Let's give it to her and do the final invite. Let's pick this up. I try and keep my inventory organized in my little backpack here thing, whatever. So I kind of have like the tools over here, Nook tickets, my diving suit if I want to go diving, my DIY workbench, some tools here. Alright, so let's give her this. It's so hot here. But the AC went off, so hopefully it'll be quieter. You won't hear that shh in the background. Okay, snap out of it. Let's go. Yes, I did. So, my little puppy, that's, I think, like 9 months old, she went into heat. It's been a nightmare, and I will never allow that to happen again. So my husband was really worried about putting her to sleep in anesthesia to get fixed, and like, oh, she's gonna die if we, put her under anesthesia. I'm like, no, she's not. And so when we went to the vet last time, we asked about it, and he said he's done dogs that are smaller than that. So as soon as she's like out of this whole heat thing, we're gonna do that. Okay, let's see, here we go. If only I could stay here forever. Well, you can. There's a lot of people about camping. So you have to talk to them several times before they get to that all-important question. Oh. Here's where. So they'll say something like this: it must be great to live here and be a part of this community, or I'd love to live on this island, or something like that. Something about living on your island. And that's where you say, move here and see, or, yes, I'd love to have you here, or why don't you move here? And that's what I say to them. So then she's going to go, oh, thanks for making me feel welcome. Let me check with resident services with the crook. Tom. Nook. And so she's going to say, oh, let's see. There's no open plots. That's right, because we have stupid villagers and we don't want here. So let's take care of that. So let's see who we're going to kick out. It's worth a shot. Let's pick somebody. I can think of 7 people. Okay. So there's Diana. She's so pretty. There's Shino. So let's get rid of the ugly whatever he is. Gorilla. Yeah, let's ditch him. So then she supposedly goes and asks him, and then she comes back, oh yeah, he said he's gonna move. He really was planning to move. No, he wasn't, but it's okay, because he's gonna be gone, and I'll be happy. Okay, so let's give her a little love. Yeah, I got reactions too in the last week, so yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. We're done with that. So then I can put her amiibo back with the other ones that are behind me on the shelf, so. Alright, so let's take a look here. That's gonna go. I'm gonna see like whose house I need to move. Like I'm just junking things on the ground here. Okay, so I've got. I don't want to use that one. So what I'm probably gonna do. Some free money. Might make a. What in the heck? A twisted hachimaki. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. No, I'm gonna be terraforming anyway. Let's take that off. While I'm here, let's make a shovel. I think of the other one yesterday croaked over because I was digging up all those flowers. I hear the town clock. Okay. So let's go ahead. Do some landscaping. Should I start up the island designer and do some construction work? Sure. Start construction. Some water. Remember to wear a helmet. Actually, it does not a matter of remembering or whatever because it makes you, puts it on you. Boom. Okay. So let's see where we're at. Let's look at the map. I think what we're going to need to do is move. Who should I move first? Who's this? No. I think we need to move Meringue's house first. Meringue and then Leopold. Because I think it's going to go the line of, it's kind of like a, it's not a, like a crescent, it's going to be like a crescent moon around those four and that little water there in the center. So I just have to make it big enough in the back to fit the 6 houses because there's 10 villagers. It's the most that you can have. So in the back there's going to be house. So there just needs to be enough room for the house and maybe a few little decorations around the house. So I kind of cut with the cliff terraforming there right in front of Truffle's house there. You can see where I cut into the cliff. But once her house is moved, or him, her, it may go over, like right through where her house is. So let's move. Let's go move Meringue's house first. How much money do I have? Okay, let's go to the bank. We need some moolah. Okay. Money first. I need money. Let's take out... How many houses am I going to move? Let's just take out 60. Okay, done with that. I'm not doing anything with the Nook miles yet. I don't think. I can go and check. Get up. Come and help me out. This is what you get paid for. Let's talk infrastructure. I want to move somebody. We're going to move an island home. And I said meringue. 10,000. Serious. Got a pricey move. She's cute too. I have her amiibo. She was on my other island. But after a while I was like bored with her. I mean, her little horn is like a strawberry. It's very cute. Leave the rest to me. He says leave the rest to me, but really it's like... Okay. So he's like, I'll take your money now. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Hopefully the audio's behaving on this video. So hopefully the game's not too loud. We hear Spotify a little bit. But normally Animal Crossing has more music. Let's take this while I'm at it. Never did use that straw coat. Okay. So let's check the map. Let's see where we're gonna put her. Maybe put her over next to Peanut. See if there's room. Probably, but I'm gonna have to move the trees. Okay, go away. So let's pick these up. So to move the trees, you have to eat some fruit. So wait, let's move this back over here. OCD kicking in. It's like, okay. I do have some OCD, even after all this time. Okay, so let's see, what was I doing? Okay, I was going to eat a coconut. Let's eat 3. The AC went back on. Just give you the little warning. Okay. Let's do this one. Do this one. And let's get these coconuts. And let's dig up the tree. I don't know if she'll fit here or not. Let's see. I don't know. Let's try it out. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see what it looks like. So we're struggling to keep our grass in our backyard. We have a little bit of grass in the backyard, a lot, alive, and so we've been watering once, maybe twice a day, but there's parts of it that aren't looking very good. It's new sod from the spring, so hopefully it'll make it through the summer. The summer here is brutal. Okay, so her house won't be moved till tomorrow. So in the meantime, let's see. So they're gonna come up here, you're gonna walk up here. There's gonna be little statues on those islands. You're gonna come around. You're gonna come up here. And that's gonna be gone. That house has to move. All those flowers have to go. Oh, Lord. It's PC. Stop it. I don't know why it does that, because I swear I'd turn that off. Just does it. Okay. So let's go get rid of the rest of this cliff. Let's see. Get rid of that. It's very, if you have like rage issues, you can come and play Animal Crossing and get into Terraforming, go into Destructo mode. Not that I have rage issues. I did have a bad temper when I was a little girl. It was awful. So I have 3 brothers and a sister. And I was mean. And there was one time when my younger brother, the one right below me, he took the swing from me when we were out on the playground, and I was like, just went wham, like, get off the swing, blah, 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 it's mine. And, I mean, I scratched him so bad, I had like his skin under my fingernails. And boy, did I get into trouble. Ooh, 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 my mom was hot to trot. She's like, you need to control your temper. Go in your room and think about it. And I did. And I never did anything like that again. Well, yeah, I never hurt anybody like that again. I did kind of get in a fight with my brother's boyfriend as an adult. And I don't know what we were fighting about. And I was living with him at the time. And they locked me in the basement. So I just like went to a rage. I was like, picked up the vacuum and I started like just beating the door with the vacuum. Let me out, let me out. I'm not much of a fan of being locked up. So after that I moved out. Like, that didn't work out very well. But for the most part, after that incident with my younger brother, I didn't do that again. So yeah, I'm usually fairly peaceful. Like, I've never yelled at my husband. I really didn't actually yell at my kids. So I have 2 kids. 2 that are mine and 4 that are Frank's. So with the 2 that are mine, my daughter's in her 30s and she doesn't have any children. And she was a little difficult. She's a Leo, so she's kind of really hard-headed, very independent, very willful, knows what she wants and, you know, goes after it. Very loyal to her friends, which in the teenage years was not good. I don't recall really like yelling at her, even though we butted heads. And then my son, who passed away last year, baby. he's a Pisces, so he was really, really kind and emotional and sensitive, um, and he was he was basically a perfect child. Seriously, he was a perfect child, just happy, smiling. He disobeyed me maybe like 2 times, compared to his sister, who was just like, I'm gonna run away, I'm gonna stay out late. You know, her friends were awful. So I'm not much of a, rager type person. Just start like screaming at somebody. Because I don't want to be screamed at, so I don't want to do that to somebody else. Let's see if I can go up here. Maybe I can get rid of a little bit of this cliff. Oh, wrong one. So yeah, so I do have 3 brothers and my sister. So the first 4, the oldest 4, were born in Puerto Rico. My mom was very young, so she had the 4 of us by the time she was 22. I don't know how she did it. She's a saint. Then we came to the United States. I was 4 or 5. Went to school, started, learning English more better. Oh, I don't need to do that. And so it goes my older brother, then me, then my younger brother, then my sister. So it's boy, girl, boy, girl. And then there was a divorce, and 13 years later, she had the last 2, the 2 youngest boys. So one is still alive. The youngest brother, he passed away in 2018 from a fall. He was actually drunk at the time. He's an alcoholic, and he aspirated. He came out of the bathroom and he fell. He aspirated something, whatever, the beer, I don't know. And by the time the EMS guys, EMT guys got there, it was already too late, and basically he was brain dead. So we had to kind of let him go, and it was sad. And was this my slingshot? So he kind of knew for many years, because of course he drank for many years, and he had gout and COPD. He was a smoker. He never would quit. He knew that it would kill him, and I think by the time it actually happened, he didn't even care. His life was just work and drinking, work and drinking. So that was sad, and it left the I can use the money. It left the other brother alone. The youngest one, they were like twins. They were a year apart, so they were really close to each other. So he's still here. He lives in the same town I do. So it was the 6 of us. We were really, really close. A lot as kids. As adults, we're a little bit not as close. My older brother and I talk almost every day. But we fought a lot when we were kids. Woo! We had some big fights. And then my younger brother, he's busy. He just got his PhD in, I don't know, like AI or something. Machine learning, something. And, yeah, he's up in the Chicago area. And then my sister's back on the East Coast, which is where we grew up, on the East Coast, outside of DC in Maryland. So we're all kind of spread apart, but that's okay. That's kind of how it goes. Let's go in here and buy a slingshot. See how long it is. Can't make this one too long, because I don't know when my husband's going to walk in, and then the dogs are going to bark, and all mayhem will break out. And, yeah, hi. Get out of my way. And, yeah, they'll go crazy when he gets here. He's taking half a day off. So let's buy a slingshot. I'm not going to craft one. Let's see what else I got. Lilies. I've been planting a lot of white lilies. It's not too bad. Let's buy that. Rubber flooring. Black. Yeah, we'll do this one too. So my mom basically raised 6 kids. And she was a really good mother. She used to draw on our lunch bags. We had these brown paper bags. And she would draw, she's an artist, so she would draw flowers and all these like pretty things and colorful words, you know, love you, have a good day, you're special, whatever. But we were like the only kids in the whole school that had lunch boxes like that. So it was really cool. She was awesome. I just love her. And it's a shame that my 2 Pisces people passed away last year, my mom and my son. So bad. That was a really hard year. I'm doing better. I didn't go into like a major depression or anything, and I did suffer from depression a lot of my adult life once I became a teenager. It's awful. I'll get into that later some other time, but I don't anymore, so that's the cool part. So I didn't go into a depression when they died. I was just sad, just really heartbroken, like especially my son. I mean, my mom had a full life. She was 83, 84, but my son, he was only 32, and it was just awful. It just broke me. But I know that he doesn't want me to be sad. He already saw me sad enough growing up, so I just have to be strong and, you know, let my tears come when they come. I'm not going to dishonor my sadness, but I can't let it bring me down, because I did make a really strong vow after the last time that I went into a mental health place for depression that I would never go back, and I haven't gone back, and I won't. Okay, let's put these in storage just to get them out of my hair. I might plant some, well, I can't plant trees yet, so let me just put them in storage. I can go in storage. So let's see how our storage looks. I have a very complicated background, probably most people do. I had kind of a very loving family, but dysfunctional in a lot of ways. There were a lot of different addictions going around, and depression, mental illness. My younger brother, the youngest brother that's still alive, he's actually suffering from schizophrenia. And so we're always worried about him. So between, like, you know, drug addiction for my son and alcoholism and mental illness, yeah, there was a lot going on. But it's just, you know, you got to deal with it the best you can, one day at a time. Okay, let's get rid of this, actually. I don't need that in there. I think I'm going to be making some stone fences, so I'm going to keep those. I got some star fragments. All these little extra things down here I brought over from the other island, and the gold nuggets. And I started gathering up some wrapping paper for when I start gifting the villagers to increase their friendship. So let's go back out here. Yeah, and it's okay to have a family that's dysfunctional. You don't have to hate the people in your family. You can dislike them, dislike their behavior, dislike their life choices, you know. But I'm not a saint, and when I was younger, I made a lot of stupid decisions. And I was no angel. So, I mean, as a child, I was a goody two shoes. But as a young adult, I made a lot of stupid decisions. So I don't fault anybody in my family. Some of it's genetic. You know, you just gotta do the best you can and hope either that they get better or they don't hurt somebody. Like that was always something I worried about with my youngest brother, the alcoholic, that he would, you know, drive and kill somebody. It's awful. It's a lot of anxiety, but they're not really too concerned about, you know, how what they're doing impacts your life. So, like my son with his drug addiction, he never really truly understood because he wasn't a parent early on. He became a parent later on, but early on when he was a teenager and a young adult in his 20s, he never understood the levels of anxiety that I went through with his drug use. It was a nightmare, and I hated every moment of it. I worried about him all the time, and it's a particular kind of worry. It's like parent mother worry, and he was my special child. He was just, we were just like, oh, I don't want to do that. We were just like bonded, and he understood me and I understood him, and he suffered from depression and so did I, so we could like bond on that level. I was like, oh, how are you feeling today? Crappy. Well, so am I. You know, so it was this particular kind of relationship. I don't know if I would say that it was codependent, but I did enable him because I felt sorry for him. And I didn't want to see him suffer. So when he would ask me for money, I'd be like, yeah, okay, here you go. And I knew I shouldn't have done it, but, you know, he was homeless several times. And I would always, you know, here's some money, whatever. But he was a different person when he was on drugs. He was not the same child. He wasn't the same person. And it was sad to see. So let's see if I can get rid of all this stuff on the top cliff here, other than the houses. So if somebody's, you know, struggling and they say that they're sad and they're depressed, believe them. You know, you can give advice, but like I told my daughter the other day, she has anxiety. I was like, you're gonna have to do the work. We can give you advice, we can support you, but ultimately when it comes down to any kind of fundamental change, it's gonna be you. We can't do that for you. You cannot force somebody to change. My son was like, I'm gonna stop doing drugs, I'm gonna stop doing drugs. He would go to rehab, blah blah blah. And it had just too much of a hold on him, and he just couldn't do it. So his entire adult life was just a roller coaster. But he knew that it was him. Like, he never blamed anybody. He didn't say, oh, you know, you and Dad got a divorce, so, you know, that's why I'm a drug addict. He never said that, and he knew that that wasn't true. I also think that because of the predisposition in the family for depression and addiction, that once he tried, I don't know what his first one was, whatever. I think he probably like drank first and then maybe smoked marijuana. I don't know. But then he moved on to like OxyContin, and that was it. And I think that whole like drug addiction like gene thing just kicked in, and after that it was a downhill slide. It was just, that was it. He could never really stop. He couldn't really because he couldn't hold down a job long enough, he couldn't get the medical treatment he needed for the depression. And so the depression would cause him to go and do drugs to try and feel better, and then the drugs would just, you know, wreck his life. He'd pawn everything, he'd, you know, go live out in the streets, blah, blah, blah. And it was just a vicious cycle. So it's important to help the people that are suffering, but it's also important to help them to understand that the only person that's going to change them is themselves, and to give them, you know, the strength to do that, and that they have, and to let them know that they have the ability to change. It's not an easy road to travel, you know. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of, I don't feel like doing this. There's a lot of self-talk about how I'm a sucky person because, you know, I suffer from depression, or I'm an addict, or whatever, right? I mean, I had my own little scare with alcohol, and so I had to, like, basically cut it out of my life. like, yeah, I'm not going down that road. And at first it's like, oh, I kind of miss drinking, but after a while you're like, yeah, I'm glad I stopped. So it's not easy, but the journey is well worthwhile. There's a lot to learn. Makes you a better person. Makes you stronger, more resilient, adaptive, flexible. So should I cut down all these trees yet, or wait till I actually have to move that house? Let's take a look at the map. I didn't mean to go on a rant about that, but, well, it wasn't really a rant, but yik-yak about it. It's just part of my life. It's part of my history. Let's just move. So I have the drawing here. Let's take a look at it. So it's kind of like, not scribbled, I don't know if you can see it, but drawn on here. That's all, it's just pencil. So let's see. It's really, it's a crescent, but it's kind of a fat crescent. It's a croissant. I'm making a croissant cliff. So it looks like on the little point, little pointy part down there, is going to be a little water, like a little pond. So let me walk down there. So down here is going to be like a little pond. And it'll go house, 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 and an open middle section to travel down to the other side, to the back side of the island, and then house, 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 water, other matching pond. So this part right there with the crescent is going to be fairly symmetrical. It won't be perfect, but it'll be fairly symmetrical, because the rest of the island is not symmetrical in any way, shape, or form. So that's going to be kind of like where my little OCD lining everything up can kick in, and then the rest of it's going to be my other side, and that's going to be free form, you know, whatever. So I have plans for a got here a flamingo pond, a potion store, a tarot school, an astrology school, the coffee bistro, the beach spa. I'm gonna have a fay forest on the cliffs on the left hand side of the island. I'm gonna have a lake. I know where those two houses are in the upper left, like in that area there's gonna be a lake with an island, my own private lake. A candle shop, an herb shop, because this is like the witchy magic fairy one, fairy theme. I'm gonna have a little beekeeper area with the stuffed bears there, and a little fairy maze, a shopping area, not formal, but a dining area, so like flowers and a formal kind of like English garden type looking thing. I'm gonna have a little cliff on the lower right hand corner, which is going to be the temple domes, and a book nook library, and then a little zen garden, a fishing area, a small little gaming area, and then where the campsite is on the upper right, that's blinking right now, right where kind of like where the water is going to be where it's going to go, but it's going to be up on the cliff. And that's going to be kind of like what I'm going to call space camp. And that's where like space stuff and the telescope will go for like the star stuff. And then I'll have like a little fruit tree orchard. And I will have a small little farming area. But I'm not really big into the farming thing. So I'm going to have the beach spa. Let's see, I've got the whole left-hand side, most of the left-hand side is going to be my part of the island. So that's kind of where it's going to go. I've got a pretty good head start on it so far. Let's go back to this the center area. I think all total, once I went through where the water's gonna go, how many bridges I need, and how many inclines, I think it's like 8 each. And you're allowed 10, so I'll have some room to spare. So these 3 squares here where the bridge is gonna go. So the bridge is gonna go up in an arch to the other side, and then the second bridge up an arch over to the other side. So there'll be a statue on that small little island, and then another art statue on that little small island. So here are the houses. So I think the way I'm going to do it is I kind of paired up the deer like into little couples. So I like to make a backstory for the villagers that are on my island and usually pair them up in some way, shape, or form. So they're mostly going to be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. And I'm going to put the houses that's going to be like girl, boy, and then on the top, you know, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, and just alternate them with their matching couple, partner, or whatever. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with that. There's label. I don't need to talk to her right now. So probably the rest of the next few days I'll continue on with the terraforming. Hi sucker, how you doing? What's up? Oh, it's nice to meet you too. He just moved to the island. He's a lazy. They like bugs and snacks. Okay, dude. But see, like these little stuffed bears. So I'm gonna put those like with the little bee house, a few of the bee houses. So that'd be cool. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for the day. Is just continue on with this terraforming. I need to get rid of this bridge. And then of course add the new bridges. Over here on this side, I've got the river, and that's gonna go more up this way. Cut kind of through here, and then you're gonna get over here, and then there's gonna be this area here. Maybe not that close to the secret island, but maybe like over here where these houses are will be a lake with a center island, a little seating there on the center island. And then this little cliff area here that I'm walking around, running into trees around, that's going to stay there. I might modify the shape a little bit. Maybe make it a little, I don't know, just maybe modify the shape a little bit because it's a little awkward looking. Kind of sticks out there. Maybe cut that down a little bit. And that's going to be the Fey Forest. So what I did was I put this barrier here. So it's like, past this point, it's mine. So all of this is mine. So you all can like get over it, and you have the rest of the island. So then I'll move the bamboo around, and I'm gonna have to move all these trees and plant new trees and move the flowers. It's a lot of work to do terraforming, but you know, usually like once you get it set the way you want it to be, it's unless you change the theme again, you know, go to a different style, like, you know, urban or kidcore or whatever, you shouldn't need to really re-terraform it. So like the other island I've done that like 4 times, and it's a lot of work because you have to pick up everything. So let me go ahead and save it. Yeah, it's 11:40. The hubby, saving in. The hubby will be home soon. He started his stained glass little workshop in the other bedroom. So when the girls moved out, I took this office as mine, and he's going to take the other one and make that a stained glass workshop, little studio. So that's cool. So I'm happy about that. So little puppy actually woke up. She's at my feet. Oh, and Lily woke up. So they either see me moving or they hear something or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and end this before it gets like loud in here. So please go ahead and like the video and subscribe. I will be doing more of these, and I'm still working on the live thing, but with the dog in heat, I'm like, I better wait. And go with. And yeah, I guess put on the notification bell, and let you know when I do the next video. Hopefully it'll become easier. Like once I get her fixed, and once the kitten grows up and she's not so playful and so rowdy, I don't have to worry about her destroying my house while I'm in here streaming. So, and I do have my kick channel. It's set up already. I just have to start. So maybe I can get the hubby to watch the dogs for a little bit. It's like, hubby, can you do that, please? And then I can try doing a live stream on Kick and see how that works out. Because I figured I'd try the live streaming over there and do the recorded videos here on YouTube. Just to pin down, like, stream over there until I pin down all the audio and blah 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 issues and so on and so forth. So have a sparkly day. I'm gonna go see if my hubby's here. Please stop by, check out my other videos, and I will see you next time and try and make the world a better place. Thanks.